morning. It is Halloween 2021. It's a Sunday. I don't work on weekends unless I want to. And I've got so many calls for Monday, I have decided to take at least 2 or 3 so I won't be so busy tomorrow. It helps me make sure I can take time and not be hurried. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to try to catch a couple calls on video and have something to share for you. So here we go. All right, on this one, the customer said it's blowing cold air. First thing I see is orange and yellow are tied together. That tells me we probably got a heat pump and somebody has rigged this up to run in just cool. So I'm gonna take a trip outside and see what we got. All right, we have an ICP with a reversing valve down there. So I'm guessing they got the wrong thermostat or something and just kind of rigged it up. It looks like everything is switched right on this. Switch to heat pump, electric, and on Fahrenheit. I'm feeling for heat. And I'm getting a little bit. It may take a little time to build up some heat. All right, that's starting to build up some heat. All right, we're back inside and I'm checking to see. Right now I've got no call on W. So I'm gonna bump it up a little bit and see if, yeah, let me check that to common. Nothing. I could not get this to energize my W1 for electric heat. So we're fixing to swap that out. And orange goes to OB. All right. right, when you check in, finally got my heat strips to come on. So right now I'm just verifying operation. All right, that one was just a thermostat that would not operate the way it was supposed to. It's pretty clear that someone could not get it to energize orange in cooling, so they just tied the two wires together. So that was an easy one. Replace the thermostat, verify both operations of heat, and we're on to the next. All right, we have another no heat. Oh my word, I just heard that. That draft motor sounds terrible. Yes. I'm trying to put this where y'all can see it. Those spots are really concerning. Tell you what, that one is just too close for comfort. I'm going to quote a replacement on the heat exchanger, draft motor, and what they call the flue box cover. The rust spots I saw on parts of that heat exchanger were just too bad for me to say, well, it ought to be good for another year. I'm just not comfortable doing that. All right, on that one, I just did not feel comfortable letting him go through another heating season with that heat exchanger. I saw too many spots on it that looked like they could rust through at any time. So that was just a judgment call on my behalf. I felt like I would feel more comfortable if my customer had a new heat exchanger, new draft motor, and everything was fixed right. That way I wouldn't have to worry about him suffering from carbon monoxide poisoning through the winter. Around here, those package units and these furnaces, they, especially the ones that are outside, we operate in cooling most of the time. So cold air is being blown over the top of that heat exchanger, but inside the walls of the heat exchanger is ambient air. So water condenses inside the heat exchanger, which helps cause it to rust prematurely. And if it's not tilted just the tiniest little bit, that water will pool in the back of the heat exchanger. It is designed to run out the end, and that water gets on that flue box cover and all that stuff rusts out. So that's why I say when you replace that motor, you almost always have to replace the flue box cover because it's rusted to bits. But we will be back to replace that, and when I come back, I'll bring y'all along. Wow, I can't believe the camera worked. I'm back to replace this disconnect, or replace the guts in the disconnect. Let's see if we got any power. No power. I killed it at the panel box. Actually, that looks like it's gotten a little bit hot. Now, even though I know there's no power to that, I am still reluctant to touch it if I don't have to. All right. These, I have found the hard way, are no longer offered at my suppliers. Because some of them just don't carry square D products, and others stop carrying them because of problems like this one. So I had to buy this at Home Depot. And this, if you'll notice, is not a breaker. And you read right there, it says provides no overcurrent protection. This is just a disconnect. A breaker will have a rating listed right here. The breaker that controls this is in the panel. This is just simply a disconnect. Let's like I said, I'm reluctant to even touch those things. don't necessarily have to, so. All right, before I hook these up, that one looks good, but this one has gotten hot. Man. All right. I've always found it's easier to put these wires in before all right. All right, now that it's in place, let's go put power to it. $240. $240. All right, we are good to go. I'm gonna put this newer cover on it and show him. Whoops. Can y'all see where that was burnt? And see how it's gotten hot on that breaker. So that's why we replaced it today. Nope. 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 Alright guys, so that's like a half a day's work. It keeps me from having to work till 9 o'clock tomorrow night. I appreciate y'all watching. If you like that, give it a thumbs up. See you next time. Okay, so I promise this is it. I told you today was Halloween. I went to go pick up some candy, and there's a 17-year-old kid bagging my groceries with his face painted like Gene Simmons from Kiss. I went to go see them in concert 32 years ago, and they were middle-aged then, and they're still relevant to young kids now. How about that?